All right, so let's begin. You ready to begin?
I'm ready.
Thank you for joining us. Let's see. So this talk today is about I don't know. What do you want to talk about? I mean, the idea is that this conversation is going to be put on my blog, and if you're somebody who hasn't done the basic training and hasn't experienced, your insights and breakthroughs, what would you want to share with them? What do you think of that? You want to do that talk?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I could share with them what it was like before.
That sounds good. Yeah. So bring us into
how I got to the training, what brought me to the training.
Sure. That sounds good.
Yeah. And then, the results of it after.
Oh, let's do that. So you're participating in the New Hampshire community.
That's correct. Yep.
You've done the basic training, the advanced training, assisting. You've been in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
What, 3 years ago?
September of 2013 was when I did the basic.
Congratulations. I remember that.
Yeah.
What did you say on Friday?
On that Friday?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
That's right. What did you say on Saturday?
Still didn't say
nothing. Nothing. And then on Sunday, it was like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to share that moment? You want to share like standing up? No, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was, I was anxious and nervous. I had no idea what to expect in this training. And I didn't want to share. I mean, I didn't want to, I was listening. I was listening to everybody. I was inspired by people that got up, and I was, I wanted to do it, but I was too afraid to. And Sunday morning, I woke up and I just had this epiphany, this like, I got something that I had never had understood before. And it lit me the frig up. And I couldn't wait to get there. I couldn't wait to tell everybody. I couldn't wait to put my hand up. It was like liberating. I felt liberated, that experience. So.
And then you walked through that fear, right?
Yes.
Then you had to come down, sit down in your chair. You had to raise your hand, and all that was like, ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You walked into it. You raised your hand. You shared. Yeah, it was. You were sitting on my right.
Yep. And
you stood up and you shared, and that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like yesterday.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So let's do that then. So bring me into so there's that moment in time that we're talking about. So bring me into what occurred before that. Like what was life like before that? And then bring me into what occurred after that.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah. Okay. So I think the catalyst for all of this was my sister's passing. And I'll probably get a little emotional about it. But my sister and I, she was the one that I was connected to in my family. I have 5 brothers, and I wasn't connected to them, but, my sister and I, she was my safety net. And, when she passed, I felt like I'd lost my safety net. I had nobody. It was this huge, enormous, hopeless feeling. And I had my daughter, and now I have my sister's son living with me, and, our home was disrupted, and I just felt overwhelmed. I had all these feelings of, that hopelessness brought up all these feelings from when I was a kid, and I became overwhelmed, and I was depressed, and I was angry, and I was resentful, and, I was just getting through the day. I was eating uncontrollably, especially at night when the kids went to bed. It was like I would stand at the cupboards and at the refrigerator and just shove food in my mouth. I stopped working out, stopped taking care of myself. And I just really got in this really dark place. I mean, it was like I didn't believe there was anything more for me than what I was experiencing every day, which was, doom and gloom and depression and sadness, a lot of sadness. And then somebody introduced me to this training, and it took a fair amount of convincing and a lot of conversation about it. And I decided to go. And, you know, like you said, the first 2 days I sat there, you know, it's like I'm one of 7 children, and I've always felt like, you know, I was never seen. And what I realize now is I created that, and I did that on Friday and Saturday of the training. Even though I was in the room, like, you know, in my head, I was like, you know, my shoulders were hunched over, my head was down, and I was, you know, sort of hiding in that room full of people. But you know, what I was telling myself was that nobody can see me. Nobody's gonna, not that they couldn't see me, but nobody was gonna acknowledge me. And you know, I was creating that. Yeah.
That's your emotional capacity.
Yeah. So, you know, we went through the training, and like I said, that Sunday morning I woke up and I just had this incredible insight about the story that I had about myself was that I wasn't good enough. And you know, and when I got that, what I realized was that I was creating that story. That's what I got, was that I had the power to change that. And I didn't believe that before. Well, not even that I didn't believe it. I didn't know that I had the power to change that. So that's what lit me up, was knowing that I could change that. And I knew it was a physical experience for me when I got it. It was like I was full of electricity. I could feel it.
It was visceral, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that was huge for me. And then I came back and, you know, after the training, and I had been working out for a year, 3 times a week. And I stepped on the scale the first time I joined the gym, and I had stepped on the scale just before I did the training, and I lost a total of 3 pounds. 9 months.
Yeah.
Working out 3 pounds. Did the training, and in 3 months, I lost 35 pounds. Still working out. The difference was I wasn't doing that emotional eating. You know, I have that joke about when the kids went to bed, my emotions would come up and I'd stuff it with a cheese and cracker chaser. And I stopped doing that because I was really, you know, sort of, I was paying attention to the emotions and letting myself have them versus trying to hide them.
Emotional capacity. You were.
Yeah.
You've done some great work, and I appreciate you choosing to join me today on this video.
Yeah.
We'll see how this works out. I may have messed up the recording already.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that'll be great. Yeah, we'll share that with the world.
Cool.
So you lost 30 pounds.
Yeah, so I lost 35 pounds. I started a woodworking business with a friend of mine that has done very well. You know, we're very excited about it. You know, I'm taking vacations with my daughter. The thing that I was afraid to do is the story was that other people could do that, but I could never do that. And I always put money as the issue. And it's like all of a sudden, you know, now it's like we get invited to Hawaii 2 weeks before Christmas to spend, you know, New Year's out there and make it work, and off we go. And you know, we're like, I have a network of people around me now that I didn't have that before. I didn't let people in, and I have a support system. My daughter has a support system. You know, we're creating these great experiences, things that I wouldn't have done before.
Putting yourself at risk.
Putting myself at risk. Yeah.
It's transformational. It's actually transformational. I mean, it's so difficult to describe what occurs in that training room, you know, and it's so, you speak to the results and you share the results, and people can begin to get a sense for what it's like or what can occur for them out of participating in the basic training.
Yeah, you know, it was like I had lived my life in a dark room up until that training. And the training was like it brought somebody in the room and they led me to the light switch and said, you can choose to turn the light on. And, you know, I didn't realize that I had that option. And when I flipped the light on and saw the colors of the walls or whatever's in the room and realized that it's not just this dark room, there's all this other stuff. It was, you know, it was amazing. That's how I think about it, you know, for me.
I can see it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your life mirrors what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So we have the opportunity to recreate this experience, recreate the basic training, and invite others to participate.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
I don't know. You know, look, it's about
I think you're doing great.
loving yourself and caring about yourself enough to want to take care of yourself. I think that for me is what I realized, because I was looking for love from everybody else and not realizing that, you know, when I love myself, it doesn't matter about everybody else. And when I love myself, I get to love other people instead of looking for it.
Yeah, you're talking about belief structure, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the belief structure is to love myself, right? So I believe I love myself.
Yeah.
What I get is that you participated in behavior that created the result of you accessing the love you have for yourself.
Yes.
There's the belief system, I love myself, and then there's the behavior that correlates to I have access to it. Like, for example, can you tell the truth? Do you have integrity?
Right.
Can you take responsibility for what you're avoiding? You know, and you started, and what I remember was you started taking your life on.
Yeah.
Responsibility for your thinking, right?
Yep.
So I challenge you to stay away from these belief structures and to take a stand for people accessing behavior that makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah. It is. And I hear what you're saying.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop this recording and we can dialogue if you'd like.
Okay.